look at this room. And little chocolates. Oh, this is so much nicer than the last hostel we stayed in. Oh my God. Look at that. Valparaiso, lovingly called Valpo by the locals, is a beautiful, thriving seaside town with historical architecture and old funiculars and so much charm, with every surface practically covered in graffiti and artwork. The beach is beautiful, the shops are amazing and cute. The architecture is questionable. There are not a lot of codes. We particularly loved all the pop-up gardens throughout the empty lots. We got free peaches from our neighbor. Thank you. One of the best things we did was take a tour with Francisco, who took us over 8 of the 42 hills in this beautiful city. We got to see a lot of the back areas that we wouldn't normally have gotten to see.
So you have a hill like this, and the most common way on the bottom is when you build a wall like this, and then you fill this part and you cut the flat part to build. Like this house. The wall is here, and then they created the flat part. Most of the bottom of the hills use this techniques. After the 1850s, they started to create these huge terraces, and houses started to build inside of these terraces, on top of these terraces.
There's also this really cool $2 harbor tour that you can take, and you can see our friends Danny and Carl there. It was a really fun little 20-minute ride. We have just arrived in Santiago, and we were a little nervous about being in such a big city, but we were in an Airbnb, and it's super great. Oh my gosh, look at this space. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Lots of room. She left us like a bottle of wine, some water, coffee, there's shampoo, conditioner, and all of that. And I believe we even have a view. Let's check it out. It's sort of a view. Santiago is a huge capital with a lot of people, but it is incredibly and surprisingly walkable, with beautiful green spaces like here with views from Santa Lucia Hill, long greenways like the Parque FORESTAL, and even small mountains like the CERRO San CRISTOBAL, which you can access by funicular or a hiking trail. From the top, there are spectacular views of the city, as well as a cable car that you can take. What you doing, Ruben?
I'm going on a...
Ooh, we got fast! Oh, jeez!
Is it
Teleférico.
Teleférico.
Basically, it's a cable car. Oh my gosh, look at that. We are just dangling up here. Oh. The historic district is chock full of neoclassical architecture, very walkable, just a really delightful city. Santiago is also home to some wonderful museums, like this Museum of Pre-Columbian Art. See all the coca leaf art? And from the Plaza de Armas here, you can also access the free History Museum, which you see right there, no pictures allowed. There's also a free art museum that is also no pictures allowed, that you should definitely check out. Oops, I took some pictures. Across the border is the city of Mendoza in Argentina, with lots of beautiful green spaces. A couple of museums. And wonderful shops and restaurants. Honestly, when we were in Mendoza, we were in a mood to relax, so we took the bus around the city and just looked at stuff. It was okay. The real attraction in Mendoza is the wineries. It is very well known for its Malbecs. And so we rented bikes and just rode around to a bunch of wineries and drank a lot of wine. It was a really lovely, lovely, lovely day. Trapiche is the most notable winery in the region with the best Malbec in the world and this fancy thing. In a city known for its graffiti, we took an official bike tour to learn more about it.
Signature of the city, the identity. Full of graffiti all over, so it's kind of like a person with tattoos all over, the same with Valparaiso. They start and they haven't stopped. So you have a gallery art city.
We learned about the various types of graffiti, from basic tagging to advertising to formal, beautiful artwork.
There's a lot of like traditional persons that they saw a husband and wife doing street art, so they say, this is not only for kids and all of that, so they start giving more space. These guys, they presented a project to the municipality a lot of years ago. They won like a scholarship.
At the time of our visit, things were very tense between the people and the police and the government. So much of the graffiti that you see everywhere is very politically motivated, like this mural here that's been actually destroyed with that yellow paint.
You can see the Chilean flag behind, and you can tell that it's no spray can. When you see a wall, you can see the material. By example, over there in front, and that one you have spray can. This one you can see the brushes.
Here's a political statement about the pension system. Here's some other protest art with the Chilean flag you see there. And this is a really cool area that our guide Diego showed us. It's like a reclaimed space for people to go and enjoy art. Here's it's kind of like an artisan market that was built into this old train station. It's pretty cool. Our lessons in graffiti prepared us for Santiago as well, which is covered in head to toe with a lot of tagging and art like this that has special meanings. For example, you'll see a lot of bloody eyes here, or people with their eyes covered, which is representative of the tear gas that has been hurting people's eyes, the protesters. In Santiago, we took an entire day's cooking class with Gerardo, who took us to the market to buy food.
This one is called hojaldre, that is the croissant dough, and you have this other one that is called hojarasca, that is one dry dough. You can make these different shapes. I'm filling this with manjar, that is cooked milk with sugar.
Then we returned to his kitchen to make 5 courses. It was amazing.
Sour, as I told you, our national drink, that is made with 1 part of lemon juice, 1 part of syrup, and 2 parts of alcohol. Sopapilla is bread that is made with 1 part of pumpkin, 2 parts of flour, and some butter to give this a foamy texture. And then
all the dishes were modern takes on traditional Chilean cooking.
Put that inside. Gonna wait a little bit.
Ooh!
And I'm gonna pour this caramel from a very cold point here inside.
It was as good as it looks. During our time, we also enjoyed traditional foods like empanadas, burrón de pan con dulce de leche, and parrilla. our final dinner with our friends Danny and Coral, and they got some delicious looking paella at our Spanish restaurant. And what'd you get, Ruben?
Steak.
Steak. Lomo?
No.
What is it?
Bife.
Bife. Okay. And salmon. We're in Mendoza with our friends.
Canada, Ross!
We met them on a bus.
Yeah, she was brown nosing a lot.
And what are you guys eating?
This is my delicious, we're having the same thing. It's a macrobiotic meal. So we have some delicious like grilled vegetables, eggplant with some seeds, and there's a salad here. And then these are some sort of like patties made with stuff.
Stuff.
Like,
Good stuff.
Stuff is
but
the best.
a form.
One of the best things we did in Valparaiso is go sandboarding, which is a very local thing to do. Look at Ruben go.
oh, we bipped it! Oh, so much bipping.
Ruben might have bipped it, but I had to go down a little bit different of a way. I was scared. We also spent a day fly fishing in the beautiful Andes.
Do today, Ruben?
Gonna go fishing.
Ooh, I bet you're excited. Look at Bobby's faces.
We walked up into the hills on a private property and got some pretty good fly fishing technique lessons, especially how to fish on these small, teeny tiny creeks like this. Before long, we were catching lots of fish.
Thomas Brooks.